feeling like you have no control over your life? Do you want to take charge of your future and make a positive impact on the world around you? Then you cannot afford to miss this video about Ronald Reagan's iconic, "A Time for Choosing" speech. Discover how his powerful words still ring true today, and learn how to apply his lessons to your own life, for success and fulfillment. So grab a seat, and get ready to be inspired. The speech, "A Time for Choosing" by Ronald Reagan, was a remarkable moment in political history, and its lessons remain relevant to this day. The speech, delivered on October 27, 1964, was given in support of the presidential campaign of Barry Goldwater. However, it transcends party politics and speaks to some fundamental principles of personal responsibility, individual liberty, and the role of government in our lives. In this essay, we will explore some of the key takeaways from Reagan's speech, and how they can be applied to our own lives. Reagan's speech was delivered at a critical moment in American history. The nation was grappling with a number of issues, including the threat of Soviet communism, rising crime rates, and a stagnant economy. Many people felt disillusioned and uncertain about the future. Reagan used the speech to articulate a vision of America that was grounded in personal responsibility, freedom, and limited government. Here is an excerpt from the speech.
And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government, or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves. You and I are told increasingly we have to choose between a left or right. Well, I'd like to suggest there is no such thing as a left or right. There's only an up or down. Man's old age dream, the ultimate in individual freedom consistent with law and order, or down to the ant-heap of totalitarianism.
One of the key themes of Reagan's speech was the importance of personal responsibility. He argued that people should be held accountable for their actions, and that they should not rely on the government to solve their problems. He said, "We have so many people who can't see a fat man standing beside a thin one, without coming to the conclusion that the fat man got that way by taking advantage of the thin one. So, they're going to solve all the problems of human misery through government and government planning." Reagan recognized that government has a role to play in society, but he believed that individuals should be the primary drivers of their own success and happiness. This message of personal responsibility is as relevant today as it was in 1964. In a world where people are quick to blame others for their problems, it is important to remember that we are ultimately responsible for our own lives. We cannot control every aspect of our circumstances, but we can control our own attitudes and actions. We can choose to take responsibility for our own success and happiness, and we can work hard to achieve our goals. Another important theme of Reagan's speech was the importance of freedom. He argued that individuals should be free to pursue their own interests, and that government should not interfere with their lives. He said, "We must preserve freedom of choice. We must not let the government control our lives." Reagan believed that the government should be limited in its scope, and that individuals should be free to make their own decisions. This message of freedom is also relevant today. We live in a world where government has an increasingly large role in our lives, and it can be easy to forget the importance of individual liberty. It is important to remember that our freedom is a precious thing, and that we should be vigilant in protecting it. We should be wary of any government action that would limit our ability to make our own choices and pursue our own interests. A third theme of Reagan's speech was the importance of limited government. He argued that government should be limited in its power and scope, and that it should not interfere with the lives of individuals. He said, "We need to limit government to the powers that are absolutely essential. Those powers that are not essential, we need to leave to the states and to the people." Reagan believed that government should be focused on its core responsibilities, such as national defense and protecting individual rights. This message of limited government is particularly relevant in today's world, where government has become increasingly intrusive in our lives. It is important to remember that government can be a force for good, but it can also be a source of oppression. We should be vigilant in holding our elected officials accountable, and in pushing back against any government action that would limit our freedom or our ability to pursue our own interests. As Reagan emphasized in his speech, each of us has the power to choose our own path in life. While external factors can influence our choices, it is ultimately up to us to decide what kind of life we want to lead. One of the most important lessons we can take from Reagan's speech is the importance of personal responsibility. In order to achieve our goals and live the life we want, we must take ownership of our decisions and actions. This means taking the time to reflect on our values and priorities, and making conscious choices that align with those ideals. Another key takeaway from Reagan's speech is the value of hard work and perseverance. As he noted, the road to success is often a difficult one, and it requires dedication, discipline, and a willingness to overcome obstacles. Whether we're pursuing our career goals, working to improve our personal relationships, or striving to achieve any other aspiration, it is important to stay focused and maintain a strong work ethic, even in the face of adversity. Additionally, Reagan emphasized the importance of standing up for what we believe in, even when it's not the popular choice. This requires courage and conviction, and a willingness to take risks, and face potential criticism or rejection. However, by staying true to our values and speaking out against injustice or wrongdoing, we can create a more just and equitable world. Finally, Reagan's speech reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference. By taking action and working towards positive change, we can create a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. Whether it's through volunteer work, political activism, or simply leading by example in our daily lives, we can make a meaningful impact and leave a lasting legacy. Before we proceed to our conclusion, are you looking for a daily dose of inspiration to keep you motivated and focused on your goals? Look no further than Hooray for You Hey! Hep hep for me! Our channel is dedicated to providing you with uplifting stories and snippets that will keep you moving forward, no matter what challenges you may face. From personal success stories to powerful quotes and insights, our content is designed to help you stay motivated, stay focused, and stay on track towards achieving your dreams. Whether you're facing a tough day at work or simply need a little extra push to keep going, our channel has everything you need to stay inspired and empowered. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Hooray for You Hey! Hep hep for me today and start your journey towards a more fulfilling, successful life. Let us help you stay motivated and focused every step of the way. Let us know how you appreciate our content by hitting that like button. Now, let us go to conclusion. In conclusion, Ronald Reagan's speech A Time for Choosing contains many valuable lessons that we can apply to our own lives. By taking personal responsibility for our choices, working hard and persevering in the face of adversity, standing up for our beliefs, and working towards positive change, we can create a life that is fulfilling, meaningful, and aligned with our values. It's up to us to choose the path we want to take, and to work towards making our dreams a reality. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.